Hello students, welcome to our social science class. Today we are going to discuss, it's about what is a nation. Already it's a part of our lesson. This is our second part. Everybody, these days it's very important because already we have discussed about the problems with regard to nationalism and nation states that is happening across the world. But very little people know about what a nation is, what is nationalism. In this regard, an important essay was published by a French philosopher. His name is Ernst Renan. He delivered a speech, a lecture at the University of Sorbonne in 1882. That lecture, subsequently afterwards, it was published as an essay. What is a nation? Quash nation. That's a French. It is written in French. In this essay, he criticized a concept, a notion. Many people believe that a nation is formed by a common language, a race, a religion, and territory. But here he criticizes. It is not the aspect. It is not the important aspect on which a nation is based on. He then suggests what else is there, what else important for making a nation. He explained here then. He goes, it is not common language, it is not a race, it is not a religion, it is not a territory, but what are the important aspects which make a nation? That is what today we are going to discuss. So he says that a nation is a culmination of a long past of endeavors, sacrifice, and devotion. A nation, so we could say it's a result of what we have done in the past. It's a result of our effort. It's a result of our sacrifice. It's a result of our dedication, our devotion. So all these are there. It's a result of all these things that we did in the past. Our efforts, our sacrifice, our devotion. So, but you know that people sacrifice their life even for their country, their nation. Many people we know that they're dedicated, they're committed for the cause of their country, their nation. They take serious effort to contribute to the development of their country. All this we know that. So we have that past. Look at our past, our freedom struggle. For more than 100 years, we had a freedom struggle in India. It's a large number of people were involved in that. Great men were there. We had leaders. They were our great men. So that is our heroic past. That's the glory, wonderful deeds we did together to fight British. That is our something. That is our inspiration. That is our. We get motivated continuously, constantly to continue as a nation. That is the base. That feeling, that togetherness, collective effort, sacrifice, devotion. So result of that is starting at a point for a nation. So nation is based on the collective actions of the people. Again, he goes that collective, how it happens? You must have a common glories in the past. Yes, wonderful deeds. We always remember, recollect. We are fond of, we are always remembering and celebrating the wonderful deeds our great leaders did achieved during a freedom struggle. That is also there. Then yes, you have done wonderful deeds in the past. That's a part. Again, a common will in the present. You must have a common will. Common will. You did something in the past, but as a group of people, you would like to continue the same level of participation. That's your common will. That means you do things together, perform deeds together. You would like to continue that in future also. For that, you need to stay together, you stick together, you combine, you come together, you bring together. That makes you become a people. This is the basis of a nation. That's what he says to Ernst Renan. So that is something he explained. This is the way actually people they become a nation, not just a territorial boundary. Then what's the evidence? What's the evidence? Evidence for a nation, its existence, you could measure by daily plebiscite. If you conduct a daily plebiscite, that is existent, that is a evidence for showing that your country, your nation is existing. What's the daily plebiscite means? Election. Daily means the direct daily election you conduct. It's not possible. These days it is not possible. Daily, we don't have daily election. But by daily plebiscite, Ernst Renan says that the government always takes consent, permission from people. Whenever they bring any changes in the society, in their administration, in governance, and whatever policies they bring, they discuss, they debate with people, they get support from the people to continue to implement certain number of policies and introduce a new law. That happens. Although the daily election is not happening, but through this debate and interaction and discussion, governed people give support to the government to do what they would like to do. So in this way, some sort of plebiscite is happening. Again, then what is the next point? Then he says that a province, an area, a territory is not just a land; it's inhabitants. A nation means its inhabitants. A country without people, that it is not a country; it is just a land. So inhabitants, the people of that area, the people who are living in that particular area, they make nation. So it is inhabitants. This is another aspect he explained. Then again, he makes another argument in favor of nations. How a nation is forming. This is very important, but it's not happening in actual world. Look at, he says that no nation never attack other countries, annex, capture other countries, other regions, other nations. No nation never ever takes any decision against the will of other countries. This is something we can't accept because the First World War, Second World War, many battles and wars happen in the world. That is, it's a result of the fighting between various countries, nation states. Nation states were fighting with each other to get control over other nations. The result was First World War and Second World War. But this aspect, that although we can't accept, but it is that he says that a nation, a real nation, never is interested in defeating, in attacking, in annexing other nations. Right. So what is the next point he makes? Existence of a nation itself is a good thing. You are a citizen of a nation itself is a good thing. We have a nation itself is a good thing. A nation is always its existence. It's a good thing. Not only just a good thing, it is necessity. It is something that cannot be avoided. That should happen. That must happen. That is another point he makes. Why he say that is necessity and is good thing? Because only nations you are free. Nations guarantee liberty. Nations give you guarantee of liberty. That is, no other monarch, no other system of governance, no other system of ruling administration gives you liberty. Liberty means freedom. So nation gives guarantee of liberty. If nation is not there, then this I suppose there's only one nation, the whole world is one nation, one law, one prime minister, one president, maybe one leader, then you will lose your freedom. No guarantee of freedom. That's the way he explains. So these are the important and essential parts of what what makes a nation. So you go through this one, this very important one question you can expect from this area, that what is the question already, it is already given in our textbook. You can go through that. If you have any doubt and if you want clarification on any points, anytime you can comment or you could write to me. I will explain on next video. Thank you for, and see you again on next video.